There is a silent war raging within you, a war between the body you have and the body you dream of, between the mind you default to and the mind that could transform everything. Most people think fat loss starts on a treadmill, in a kitchen, or in a bottle of pills and powders. But what they don't realize is that fat is not just a physical burden. It is a neurological story, a signal, a symptom, a coded message from your brain to your body saying something's out of alignment. And if you don't speak the language of the brain, you'll keep losing the same 10 pounds, only to find them again tied with shame and wrapped in frustration. You don't need another diet. You need to rewire your neurobiology. You don't need more willpower. You need to ignite the underused circuits of self-command, of hormonal harmony, of cellular intelligence. I'm not here to talk to your muscles. I'm here to talk to your mindset, because the body will follow what the brain believes is possible. And in the next few minutes, I'm going to hand you 5 underrated, almost ignored, and dangerously effective fat elimination tools that work because they target the part of you that truly runs the show, your brain. This is not a list. This is a neuro revolution. And it starts right here. You are not cold enough. That's it. That's the truth. No one is telling you. You are not uncomfortable enough, not primal enough, not alert enough to trigger the systems of your biology that were built to protect you, not pamper you. You are living in a padded cell of climate control and comfort. You are living in a world where your thermostat is doing the work your mitochondria were designed to do. You are asking your body to burn fat without giving it a reason to fight. And fat is not the enemy. It's a storage signal. Your body is storing what you are refusing to activate. And the reason is simple. Your nervous system hasn't felt scarcity in years. You don't burn fat just because you want to look good in a mirror. That desire is not enough. Your brain doesn't respond to vanity, it responds to survival. So unless you create an environment that mimics threat, your body will not let go of its energy reserves. Why would it? From an evolutionary standpoint, your body doesn't care about aesthetics. It cares about the next famine, the next winter, the next moment when food disappears, and survival depends on what's already stored. You can't outsmart millions of years of biology with motivational quotes. You have to speak the language of your cells. And right now, your cells are asleep because you've convinced your body that everything is fine, safe, and steady. And that's the most dangerous place to be. Comfort is the killer. That's what no one wants to hear. Comfort whispers you're doing enough. Comfort soothes you with soft clothes and warm rooms and says, don't worry, we're okay. And every time you choose comfort over challenge, your brain downregulates its emergency systems. Your metabolism slows down, your alertness fades, your motivation crashes, and your fat-burning machinery grinds to a halt. But here's the paradox. Your body was designed to survive stress, not the emotional chaos of modern life, but real physiological primal stress. The kind of stress that cold creates. The kind of stress that tells your brain, this is not a drill. When you expose yourself to cold, genuinely cold, not mildly uncomfortable, you are speaking directly to the hypothalamus, the command center of the brain that controls hunger, metabolism, hormonal balance, and energy allocation. And the moment cold hits your skin, something extraordinary happens. Your skin receptors fire up. Your sympathetic nervous system spikes. You activate norepinephrine, a neurotransmitter that floods your brain with focus, clarity, and energy. Your brown adipose tissue, what we call brown fat, is switched on. And unlike white fat, which stores energy, brown fat burns it. It burns calories to generate heat. It pulls from your reserves. It lights a fire inside you that no gym can replicate, no supplement can simulate. This is not theory. This is biology. Your body is not confused. It's just unstimulated. It's waiting for a signal. And cold is one of the most powerful signals you can send. But here's where most people fail. They dip a toe into cold water and scream. This hurts. And yes, it does. Because it's meant to. Because it's the discomfort that matters. That discomfort tells your brain that the environment is scarce. That you need to adapt fast, that survival depends on becoming leaner, sharper, more efficient. That adaptation is not optional. it's urgent. And when your brain believes it's urgent, everything changes. Your insulin sensitivity improves, your blood sugar stabilizes, your inflammation drops, your mitochondria multiply, and your body begins to prefer efficiency over excess. It stops clinging to fat like a life raft. It starts metabolizing it, using it, clearing it. You think you need motivation, you don't. You need cold. You need a reason to wake up the inner warrior that's been sedated by modern life. You need to feel your heart race in icy water. You need to feel your breath shorten. And then you need to find your center anyway. You need to face the discomfort and choose to stay in it. Not because you're a masochist, but because you're retraining your nervous system to tolerate intensity. That's the missing piece. That's why you quit halfway through diets. That's why your willpower fades. Your nervous system isn't trained to endure discomfort, it's trained to escape it. But when you master that reflex, when you override the panic, the impulse to flee, you rewire your brain at a deep, fundamental level. You become the kind of person who doesn't just want change, you become the kind of person who can sustain it. And sustaining change is where fat loss actually lives. Not in a week of clean eating, not in a burst of workouts, but in the neurological identity shift that says, I am no longer afraid of challenge. I chase it. So how do you begin? You don't start with ice baths. You start with intentional discomfort. End your shower with 30 seconds of cold. Not lukewarm, not cool, cold. Let your body flinch, let your breath catch, and then breathe through it. That's the key. The breath is the bridge between your old programming and your new power. If you can calm your breath, you can calm your brain. And if you can calm your brain, you can command your biology. Next, expose yourself to cold air. Step outside in minimal clothing when it's brisk. Go for a walk without bundling up. Let your skin feel the elements. This isn't punishment, this is communication. You are telling your body, I'm ready. Burn the excess, keep only what serves me. And when you're ready, take it further. 2 minutes in an ice bath, 1 minute under a freezing shower, a plunge into a lake at dawn. These are not fitness fads. These are evolutionary practices. These are the rituals of resilience. And every time you complete one, your brain logs it as a victory. Your identity shifts. You become the kind of person who finishes what they start, who doesn't flee from the hard thing, who does the hard thing first. And over time, something beautiful happens. The cold becomes less shocking. Your breath slows faster. Your mind sharpens. Your cravings drop. Your energy climbs. Your mood stabilizes. And without even realizing it, your body begins to reshape itself, not through deprivation, not through restriction, but through activation. You've given it a reason to evolve. That's the word I want you to remember, evolve. A fat elimination is not about punishing yourself into a smaller body. It's about evolving into a stronger nervous system, a more responsive metabolism, a more resilient mindset. You don't need more information, you need transformation. And transformation doesn't happen in safety. It happens at the edge. It happens in the place where your body says this is hard and your mind says yes, and I'm staying anyway. Cold is your access point to that place. It is immediate, it is honest, it is uncontrollable. You can't fake your way through cold. You can't cheat it. You can only meet it. And in meeting it, you meet yourself. Because here's the truth. If you can conquer the cold, you can conquer your cravings. If you can master the breath in discomfort, you can master your response to stress. And if you can build resilience in the raw, brutal clarity of freezing water, you can burn through anything. You are not fragile. You are not meant to wither. You are meant to adapt, to burn, to evolve. The fat will fall when your nervous system rises. Let the cold wake you up. Let it remind you your fire is still there. You think the fat on your body is stubborn, unshakable, unmovable. It's not. It's responsive. It's intelligent. It listens. But the question is, what are you telling it? What signal are you sending to your biology every single day? Because your fat isn't just sitting there by accident. It's there because your body believes it needs it. It's there because your brain thinks You are living in a world of abundance, softness, and comfort. And comfort kills transformation every time. You are surrounded by artificial warmth, heated homes, warm beds, climate-controlled cars. And you think that's convenience? No. That's a prison. That's a silent signal to your body saying everything is safe, store more, prepare for nothing. And your fat listens. Your metabolism slows, your hormonal systems shift, your nervous system relaxes into complacency. That's what modern life does. It coddles your biology and dulls your edge. But let me remind you who you really are. You are descended from survivors, warriors who hunted in ice storms, who sprinted through cold rain, who endured sleepless winters and frozen nights. Your ancestors didn't survive because they were lucky. They survived because their nervous systems adapted. They faced cold, they faced hunger, they faced pain, and through that stress, they became more metabolically efficient, more mentally focused, more biologically powerful. And yet here we are, numb in comfort, wondering why fat won't budge, why we feel sluggish, why we need caffeine to wake up and sugar to feel alive. You don't need more calories, you need cold, because cold is a message to your ancient biology. It's the forgotten language of adaptation. When the cold touches your skin, your brain stops scrolling. It stops overthinking. It goes straight to survival mode. And that's exactly where transformation begins. The cold doesn't care about your excuses. It doesn't wait for your motivation. It demands a response now. And in that urgency, the real you shows up. Cold triggers your hypothalamus, your command center. It floods your system with norepinephrine. You want better focus, better fat burning, more resilience? Cold does all of that, not later, now. You become alert, awake, alive. You activate brown fat, the metabolic tissue that burns energy just to keep you warm. You awaken the systems that have been sleeping inside you, waiting for a reason to ignite. But here's what most people get wrong. They think discomfort means something's gone wrong. They feel the shock of cold and say, this is painful. And yes, it is. Because it's new, because your nervous system has been conditioned to avoid anything that stretches it. But what if I told you discomfort is the doorway, that your next level of fat loss, of mental clarity, of hormonal balance, it doesn't live in another supplement or app or restrictive diet. It lives in that moment when your breath catches in cold water and you decide to stay anyway. That moment, that's your turning point. That's your biology remembering how to fight. That's your nervous system evolving in real time. Every time you choose cold over comfort, you send a new signal to your brain. We are in motion. We are adapting. We are alive. And the body listens. Your fat becomes fuel. Your insulin becomes sensitive. Your mitochondrial multiply. Your cravings fade. Why? Because the cold reawakens the systems that were designed to survive. And when they reawaken, they burn through excess. They strip away what's not essential. They recalibrate your entire physiology to match a new identity. You don't have to live in the mountains. You don't need fancy gear. You need one thing, the courage to be uncomfortable on purpose. Start small. End your hot shower with 30 seconds of cold. You'll flinch. Your heart will race. That's good. That's feedback. That's your body learning that you can feel discomfort and not run, that you can breathe through panic, that you can choose power over panic. Then build 1 minute, then 2, then ice baths, then cold plunges, then nature. Not because it's trendy, but because it rewires you at the most fundamental level. You are not here to be safe. You are here to evolve. You want to eliminate fat? Then eliminate the lie that you must always be comfortable to feel well. Because wellness isn't the absence of stress, it's the ability to face stress and come out stronger. That's the power of cold. That's the magic of discomfort. That's the untapped secret most people will never touch because they never go deep enough into the fire of challenge to feel their own power rising. But you are different. You are here, listening, breathing, ready. So let me tell you this, your body is not broken. Your metabolism is not slow. Your hormones are not your enemy. They are waiting for leadership. They are waiting for you to act like the conditions have changed. And cold changes the conditions fast. You want a reset? Cold gives it to you. You want clarity? Cold cuts through the fog. You want transformation? Then choose the signal that your biology cannot ignore. And here's what you'll learn when you do. It's not just your fat that melts. It's your doubt, it's your mental clutter, it's your excuses, it's your fear. Cold doesn't just strip away the physical, it strips away the noise. It brings you into pure presence. And in that space, you find your center. You find your next level. You find that quiet, unshakable truth that you are not fragile. You are fire in human form. And just like any fire, sometimes you need the cold to remind you how hot you can burn. Now, I want you to hear this deeply. Cold is not just a hack. It's a ritual. It's a practice of remembrance. Every time you face it, you are remembering the part of you that knows how to survive, that knows how to overcome, that knows how to eliminate what is no longer needed, not just physically, but emotionally, mentally, energetically. The fat you carry isn't always just nutritional. Sometimes it's symbolic. It's a result of holding on to safety, to old identities, to outdated beliefs about who you are and what you can endure. And the cold helps you let go. When you come out of that water, you won't just be lighter on the scale. You'll be lighter in the soul. And that's the difference. That's what makes this more than biology. This is neurobiology for liberation. If you've ever felt stuck, if you've ever felt like your willpower had a ceiling, like your body was resisting you, try the cold. Just once. Feel what happens when you voluntarily walk into the challenge. Feel what happens when you override the survival instinct and step into a higher one that says, I am not here to shrink, I am here to rise. The people who transform their bodies long term, they are not the most disciplined. They are the most neurologically trained. They have rewired their relationship with discomfort. And now so will you. If you're listening to this on NeuroPower Talks, you are not here for mediocrity. You're here because there's a fire in you that comfort couldn't kill. And now that fire needs to be stoked, not with more ease, but with more edge. The cold is your edge, the place where biology, psychology, and spiritual growth collide. And when you embrace it, you don't just eliminate fat. You eliminate fear. You eliminate stagnation. You eliminate every excuse that ever kept you playing small. This is your moment. Choose the cold. Choose discomfort. Choose evolution. Because fat loss doesn't start in the gym. It starts in the nervous system. And your nervous system, it's waiting for the wake-up call. Let this be it.